Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video, and this is a paid request for Jonathan. Thank you so much for that. I think this is the last request for Jonathan from Jonathan, I believe. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. I apologize for the lateness of these. I'm trying to get through them as soon as I can. But thank you for your generosity. I really do appreciate it, Jonathan. I mean, hopefully you're watching this. But thank you. I really do appreciate it. And for those who want to request any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, thought streams, commentaries, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And links are down below in the info box, and thank you. And as you can tell by the title, he wanted me to do a commentary on Bumblebee, the 2018 Transformer film, which I'm pause the beginning. Let's 3, 2, 1, pressing play. And we have the Paramount logo, I'm sure, slowly coming in now. Yeah, there's going through the water and stars are aligning around the mountain now. I haven't seen this film probably since I reviewed it. Allspark Pictures, which the Allspark was the MacGuffin in the first Transformers movie. Well, the 2007 one. This is one of those films that I kind of, when it was announced and before it, I'm like, really? Then you have an opening like this, is like, oh, okay, cool, we're on Cybertron, what? And we're sitting there going, wait a minute, we're seeing a war on Cybertron, and we got RC, and what the hell's going on? And you're like, whoa, there's Optimus Prime, and he actually looks like more of how he was on the show, and the color scheme, and you got Peter Cullen, and then we got Bumblebee here. And Bumblebee with an actual voice, and wow, you got Soundwave, you got Starscream, and I'm like watching, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, this is a good start. This is a pretty good start. The special effects are fun to watch. This is like what people wanted to see. Hell, they want to see a whole film of this. They don't do it because it'd be too expensive with this type of animation. They did the automated animated one, Transformers 1, which surprised me. I liked with Chris Hemsworth. I did like that film. But this, I'm like, wow. Sorry, I was listening to Peter Cullen. Come on, it's Peter Cullen. I have to listen to him, man. But I'm saying, like, wow, they really did a really bang up job on this. This is an excellent way to start your film for those who are fans of these characters. Yeah, of course, Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime. You got the designs like they were of the original toys. Because when they had the designs in the 2007 movie, they felt a bit more like 20. You couldn't really tell who was who. Here, it's like they really went back to basics. And again, to see Soundwave and Starscream like the way they usually were, or that they were in the cartoons and back to the day, it was a nice surprise. Like, that's a good way to open up your movie and give people, like, okay, you threw them a little bone. You threw them a little bone. People, could appreciate that. And like I was saying before, like when this film was getting made, I had no hope for it. My sinuses literally just fired up when fucking John Cena. I do not like John Cena. He's one of those guys like, why do you hire this motherfucker? I wish I could see him. I did not like him as a wrestler. I don't like him as an actor. I do not. Before John Cena literally fucked up my brain cells and screwed up my sinuses and got me discombobulated. If you like John Cena, that's fine. Just ain't for me. I just think about, Transformers 2007. That came out. I think I saw it in the theater. I liked it for what it was. Watched that again not too long ago for Baja VTuber for a review. There's stuff I like about it. There's stuff I don't like about it. Overall, I would say I like the film, but I think it does have a lot of issues. I think the sequels, it got worse and worse and worse. Especially from the third one onward, where it felt like the same story over and over again, and the robots, if sometimes you couldn't tell who was who, and it was hard to kind of follow a timeline with some of this stuff of what was going on and what had happened before. Like Shia LaBeouf was such a big character, important for the Autobots, the connection between them and the U.S. government. But now, because Marty Mark's in there and Shia LaBeouf didn't want to do any more movies, now his terror's like never mentioned again. Especially, wasn't there a point where humans were hunting the Autobots? You think Sam, Shia LaBeouf, would have a say in that, but apparently not. I mean, the second film with Mudflap and Skids and the gold teeth and what the fuck that was all about, and Decepticon with a big pair of balls, and wasn't that the one with the pop brownies and the dog humping? Ken Jeon's annoying ass in the third film. Marty Mark gave one of his worst performances in the fourth one. That scene in what was it, Tokyo, that or wherever, that felt like went on for an hour. That action scene felt like it never ended. So many stupid things throughout that. And then, you know what? I never even saw The Last Night, now that I think about it. Because I'm like, really? Teen Arthur shit now? Teen Arthur shit now. What the fuck? And Merlin shit now? And then Rise of the Beasts I hated. Hell, Rise of the Beasts made me miss Michael Bay. At least he directed action with style. I don't think he even had that with Rise of the Beasts. So with that might have come out after this. By this point, though, like the Marty Mark one, it was. Like Marty Mark and his Funky Bunch did such a. Then I see this, I'm like, wow, okay, the action is clear and understandable. The explosions there are done practically. I like Bumblebee's voice. I wish they just kept his voice throughout the entire movie. The designs are so much clearer, so much understandable, so much recognizable, and it works. Doesn't look silly, doesn't look goofy. Again, the action scenes, they're easy to understand. The choreography is not messy or anything. And again, the designs are simple enough to look at their distinct aesthetics, so it doesn't feel like just a clunky amalgamation of metal and shit. So that's how he loses his voice. But yeah, that I didn't like. The second one has not grown on me throughout the years. It's gone less and less. The third one I hated, and the fourth one, it was so hard to sit through that I didn't bother with the fifth one. That's a pretty badass moment too. I like that. Fuck him up with his own rocket. Bastard. Take that, motherfucker. Take my voice, I take your life. How about them apples? Sorry, I'm just watching the film. Even with the timeline of this is a bit confusing. Like they say 1987. So Bumblebee has been sent to Earth in 1987 to, I guess, establish something on Earth, and we'll meet you there and protect Earth and all this other stuff. Okay. But at the same time, it makes it seem like in the 2007 film, okay, we're finally entered Earth, and Bumblebee's been around just waiting for the Sam character. And I just think it's weird, like, this character's never mentioned in those movies. The only thing that's mentioned about the organization is they got Megatron and those glasses and shit. It doesn't seem like much in this leads up to that movie. And then, well, how is it that those designs of the Transformers change into the more clunky ones and the, Michael Bay ones? I don't know, just it feels like there's a weird way of trying to link these films together. It'd be hard to do. I remember when I first heard about this, I went, really? It's just about a girl in her car? Just like the 2007 film was about a boy in his car? So it didn't feel like a repeat of what we've seen before? Okay, a human meets Bumblebee, they become close, and then it goes on from there. Also, it's a bit weird that Bumblebee becomes such a big supporter of Shia LaBeouf's character when Shia LaBeouf, after this, the second film onward, just kept treating him like shit. Oh, you'll be the boy's protector. It's like, well, you think like he'd rather be this person's protector. But I just find it funny that those two they have such a connection, and then completely forget about you, never even visit you, never even make sure if you're safe or not. Whatever. Whenever you do prequels, there's always something that might not link up with each other. Of course, you have the reference to the 80s, you have the song she was listening to, the old school headphones, and then Mr. T Cereal. Which anytime I see Mr. T Cereal, I'm always thinking of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah, oh, my cereal. Yes. I always think of the opening of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Well, it takes place in the 80s, so at least there'll be some good music in this. Or good songs. Now, granted, you always wonder, okay, are they using a song that actually was out at this time? Because sometimes in those type of movies, they'll use a song that actually came out like a year later, but we really liked it. It's an 80s movie, but it hasn't come out yet. Ooh, we don't care about the details. I don't know if that's the case in this. Churros. I like a churro. Hot dog too, man. God, I'm in the mood for hot dogs. Dude, shave your pits, man. We don't want to see your hairy armpits, dude. Shave your pits. She's a little runaway. I hear that song popping up. Daddy's girl. Da, da, na, 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 na. Yeah, good soundtrack. There you go. She's a little runaway. Isn't that Bon Jovi? I like Bon Jovi. I've always liked Bon Jovi. I always thought Bon Jovi was one of my favorites, honestly. Living on a Prayer, It's My Life, Blaze of Glory, etc. So this is directed by Travis Knight, who did Kubo and the Two Strings. I know he's doing the new He-Man movie, which I don't know about that. I mean, to be fair, I didn't know about this, and this was a nice surprise. I thought that was pretty good. So maybe Masters of the Universe will fall into that same category. But you also got Jared Leto as Skeletor, and I don't know, man. I don't know. Just because a person makes one good film doesn't mean the next one will be good. I mean, hell, look at like Robert Zemeckis. He did Disney's Pinocchio with Tom Hanks. That was awful. Ridley Scott did Gladiator 2. That was awful. And Alien Covenant. You never know. So, I just don't see a worth a shit He-Man movie today. We'll find out, I guess. Because it's coming out, I guess, Amazon? Like June 2026 or something? So anyway, I guess we'll see. I would say it can't be worse than what Kevin Smith did, but you never know. I will say, at least with this one, it calms itself down and doesn't have as many of the stupid, annoying jokes that you see in like Michael Bay stuff. And here's the thing, I don't hate Michael Bay. Bad Boys 2, The Rock, The Island, Pain and Gain. Even pieces of the 2007 Transformers film I like and I enjoy. But there are times where he gets overzealous, like Bumblebee pissing on John Turturro. Among other shit. And this seems like a pretty damn brutal bit of business. Now, that's pretty damn brutal, cutting someone in half. Pretty fucking brutal. It's like, ooh, shit. I mean, I know it's metal, but goddamn. That's what I mean. Like, I remember when I watched, I'm like, wow, okay. You got scenes in Cybertron that look really cool. You got the old classic designs. You got, was it Haley Stam? I'm bad with names. I think this lady should be the voice of Gwen Stacy in Into the Spider-Verse, which I did like that film and its sequel. She does a good job. The jokes are calmed down. Again, it's not Bumblebee pissing on John Turturro. It's not Anthony Anderson, Grandma! Blah, 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 blah. It's or eating a bunch of donuts. It's not conversation about masturbation and shit like that. It's much more. I mean, it was a big budget movie, but more simpler, calmed down film in a way. I thought she did a good job here, where she's just sad and upset because, you know, she misses her dad. I forgot they're watching Elf. I forgot they were watching Elf. Okay, that's another nice touch too, because I grew up with Elf. I like that TV show, that sitcom. But you know, you feel sorry for this character. You know, she lost her dad, and she doesn't know what else to do, how else to get through it, and I don't know. This seemed like a good dad. I don't know. As dumb as it sounds, a lot of times in movies nowadays they don't really want to showcase like a good father figure, a positive role model of a father figure, because patriarchy is bad. But it's nice to see, you know, it reflected in this. At least the way I look at it. And it's a, I mean, I don't want to say it's a short film, but you know, it's under 2 hours long, which by this point, some of those Michael Bay Transformer films felt longer and longer and longer. At least it did to me. I do want to look up some trivia on the film. Gotta open the phone first. That's such a dumb fucking gift, though. This guy got his head up his ass. Smile for a change, positive attitude. Oh, here's an idea. How about you bring my dad back to life, and you get the fuck out of Dodge, and you piss off, and go fuck a rope with your ass cheeks. What a goober. Are your brain cells hiding in your beard? Fuckwad. That guy just seemed like an idiot. Hmm. Yeah, that older guy, I like him as well. Let's see, I want to look up trivia first. Higher love. So some stuff on the trivia. Peter Cullen revealed at a convention in 2020 that he didn't particularly enjoy working on this film because they decided to use a different voice actor during production so they wouldn't have to pay Cullen for multiple recording sessions and only brought him in at the very end to re-record all the lines. As such, Cullen had to match the other actor's performance since the animation for Optimus Prime had already been completed and couldn't be altered. Love, whoa, bring me a higher love. Well, I mean, to be fair to Peter Cullen, there wasn't really that many lines of dialogue for him to say in this. If it was more than 5 lines, I'd be surprised. I mean, I think he comes back at the very end. It's like, come on, like Peter Cullen. I get it, dude, but at the same time, I don't know why you would have to match the person's performance because Optimus has no lips, so you could, I think they would be okay with you not matching it perfectly. And it's not like there was that many lines of dialogue. I mean, to be fair. This had a worldwide gross of $468 million, but it was still considered a success following the failure of Transformers: The Last Night, which reportedly lost $100 million. Well, there you go. Parts of the film were shot at the Mare Island Naval Shipyard in Vallejo, California. Haley Steinfeld is the lead actress's name. The test screen of Bumblebee featured many differences from the final theatrical cut. Credits scener depicts Sector 7 agents stating that the Autobots cannot learn of Bumblebee's existence. Of course, being what the group... Oh, MBE-1's existence. What the group called Megatron 2007 movie. The shot would cut to Megatron in the G1S style the rest of Transformers cast appeared as, preserved in cryogenics. This scene was cut from the final version due to Travis Knight wanting the movie to be largely one that could be enjoyed without needing prior knowledge of any Michael Bay movies before it. 1967 Volkswagen Beetle is his model, of course. It's the only movie in the Transformers film franchise to have a running time under 2 hours. This had a $128 million budget. The others were $150 million for 2007's Transformers. Revenge of the Fallen had a $200 million budget. Dark to the Moon had a $195 million budget. Age of Extinction $210 million, and Last Night $217 million. Yeah, they kept going back to whether this is a reboot or a prequel. It says here Hasbro confirmed to be a reboot and not a prequel. So I guess that's what this is supposed to be, is just a reboot, and I'm not supposed to be thinking of the other Michael Bay ones. Which is weird because Bumblebee looks... If you wanted to be a reboot, then why have it where he can't have his voice? Like, and why have his face be like the same? So it's like you want to have your cake and eat it too. Like, why, if it's a reboot, why does that have to take place in 1987? Why does Bumblebee not have to get his voice? Why his voice taken away? It's like, well, which is it? No wonder people are confused. Yeah, Michael Bay claimed in 2007 that the original G1 designs would not look good in CGI. Well, obviously he was wrong with that because they look good in this. The producers cited the Iron Giant as the main influence for the film. I could see that. In the 2007 comics, in Transformers Prime, Megatron is the one that tears out his voice box. Here he loses voice box to Blitzwing. John Cena, who plays Agent Burns, was originally supposed to play a villain named Starface, as seen from behind-the-scenes photos from his stunt double, Joseph Kelly. Never heard that before. Bunch of rednecks. Redneck assholes. Let's see if I can find who the hell... I like that, they still kept with a lot of these explosions being practical. Didn't appreciate that. So I think this is Lenny Jacobson and Megan Price. I think. which Braden Price was in a bunch of TV shows. Of course, you had Bumblebee, you had Optimus Prime, we saw RC. We have Angela Bassett as Shatter. Oh, fuck you, buddy. Jesus. I didn't realize that was Angela Bassett. But to hear it now. I forgot that he made him pop in a fucking water balloon. Jesus Christ. So Angela Bassett is Shatter, and then the other is Justin Theroux as Dropkick, which he was in Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion, American Psycho, Charles Angel's Full Throttle, 2006 Miami Vice, Beetlejuice. And the one that Bumblebee killed was Blitzwing. Obviously, when you have only 3 Transformers for most of it, that's going to cut down on the budget. Other than that opening with Cybertron, but the rest of it is... I think by this point, like, people were just kind of... When you had so many films that would come out and people go, like the last couple of Michael Bay ones, interest would dwindle. And when interest dwindles, then it kind of hurts the next film's potential for popularity because they go, well, the last one I saw of these wasn't that great, so I don't know if I'll go see this one. Even Rise of the Beast didn't do that well. Made $441 million worldwide on a $200 million budget. The lowest grossing installment in the franchise. So. How much did this one make again? $468 million worldwide. But the thing is, it only costs $100 to $135 million, so it costs a lot less. So it made more and it cost less than Rise of the Beast. Even Transformers 1 didn't do well, but that had... People saw Transformer films other than Bumblebee that they weren't really big on. And then on top of that, is like bad marketing on that one too. Because Transformers 1 had some dog shit marketing. Let's see if we get confirmation on, what was it, Scarface? Yeah, I don't know if I can find it now. Yeah, I can't find any info on it, so I don't know if someone made that up for IMDb or whatever the case. Just the fact that his memory's all screwed up is what also makes him act this way. So it was like regarding Henry for Transformers. That's kind of a funny way to look at it. Like, remember regarding Henry, Harrison Ford using Ritz tractors, needing to use Ritz tractors to bring back, what a little bit of level of thinking. So regarding Henry of Transformers, laughing at my own stupid shit. And then we have John Ortiz there, which I think he was in AVP Requiem. He was like the sheriff or stuff in that. I actually thought this was a smart idea of the bad guys to do this. So they fake like they're good guys and they're such wonderful beings. And so here they are kneeling, appealing to their sensibilities, saying, "Oh, we're looking for a fugitive," and blah, blah, blah. And then John Cena had an altercation. Well, not with him, but for him, it's like saw a bunch of explosives. So they just buy into it. I mean, it's subterfuge. It's lying their ass off. It's a smart. It's actually a smart plan. Let them do all the work. Let them do all the work. Let them find Bumblebee for them. And they, I mean, it's a smart plan. It's a smart decision. So I'm like, okay, I actually don't mind that piece of writing. Using the humans and lying their asses off to appeal to their good nature and like the one time like humans are trustworthy of and they're lying their ass off sacks of shits. But it's a nice little twist on things, so I didn't mind that. But yeah, I did definitely see the Iron Giant feel to it all, the be inspired by it. Just remembering something. Nothing wrong with getting some badass moments of Optimus Prime. Like, that's pretty cool. Little Pipstreak from Soundwave. Like, fuck off, buddy. Why you keep asking questions that can't answer? He has no fucking voice. Maybe give him a pen and a paper. Maybe he'll know something. He'll do something. Well, I mean, just to be fair, how doesn't mean he would know how to write. How we know how to write? How we know words? Well, I mean, they don't speak English, but I mean, we had a Breakfast Club nod there. Well, he's not allowed to watch movies. Man, back in the day of VCRs. How the fuck would he know, lady? At least she quickly, stopped herself and didn't berate him for 15 fucking minutes. Like, some of the way they wrote Shia LaBeouf's character in the sequels made him sound like an asshole to Bumblebee and treat him Bumblebee like shit. And yeah, I don't blame Shia LaBeouf for that. I blame the shitty writing. I'm like, you got a car that is alive and to do stuff for you, and you treat him like shit. What the fuck? Another good song. Take on me, take on me. What's wrong with the music he has? Yeah, I don't blame him. I wasn't really big on that song either. Of course, that song would be used a lot in fooling people, getting rickrolled. They don't give you up, they don't let you down. She did a good job. I mean, she gives some nice, subtle, emotional moments in this movie. They definitely do a bit more character development in this compared to Transformer films. So while it doesn't have as much bombastic action, I think that's the thing is that when Bumblebee came out, like people go, okay, it's Bumblebee, so they figured you're not going to see a whole lot of the other Transformers. We do see bits of Cybertron, but I guess it's like, well, how much do you want to see a Bumblebee If you're looking for all-out action, spectacle, excitement, then maybe like that's not the film they would gravitate towards. Does it have wall to wall that? But I think that what it does well, and that's why I thought this was actually a pretty good film. Again, she did a good job. Bit heartfelt for her missing her dad. This Iron Giant relationship between her and the Bumblebee. A lot of nice little touches. Again, how violent the damn Decepticons are. The stuff with Cybertron. Not forcing so many stupid juvenile jokes in it. Has some good 80s tunes and even a bit of nostalgia. Enough good little things in there to make a pretty decent package. I mean, Transformers I didn't grow with like other people did. With Transformers, I knew of them. I knew what they were as a kid. I probably had some of the toys. Just these cool toys, you know, Optimus, make them to a semi, all that stuff. Seemed cool as a kid. I do remember seeing the animated film as a kid, but I was never really a fan of it. And that's the thing. I know people say the Transformers '86 is the best Transformers film of all time. I disagree. It has a good score by Vince DiCola, who did the score for Rocky IV. It has some fun songs like The Touch by Stan Bush and Dare. And some songs that just out of place like Dare to Be Stupid. But the idea to kill like everybody off at the beginning was such a weird, some would say bold, but to me it was just a weird, stupid choice. And it was a cynical choice. It wasn't because it was bold. It was a marketing move. It was kill all these things off so that you have new toys, because we want to sell you new toys, so we make a show with these new characters and you buy the new toys. That's why they did it. It wasn't because of a bold fucking move. I know my friend Michael Teen one time did a commentary for that film. Sally's no longer up. Because I would love to... I don't think it's up. Sorry, I know it's annoying clicking, but I gotta check real quick because I know I'm going to forget. Yeah. My friend Michael Keane is a big Transformers guy. How he feels about that is how I feel about Ninja Turtles. War for Cybertron Trilogy, Transformers collection videos, box set reviews, Edge of Extinction review of 10 years ago, The Last Night, Dark of the Moon, Bumblebee, he did review Transformers the movie. 8 minutes. I was seeing if... okay. Nah, damn it. I was hoping that commentary was still up. Sally is not. Oh well. It is what it is. But I was saying, like, I didn't grow with it like my friend Michael Keane and other people did. I did the original film I don't like. I don't like that they kill Optimus Prime just like that and the other characters that potentially could be interesting. And instead, it's like Hot Rod, who's a fuckwad. More like, that's what his name should be, fuckwad. Gets Optimus Prime killed like an asshole. Played by Judd Nelson. And I didn't give a shit about that character. I don't think it was interesting enough to replace Optimus Prime. and his character just came off as a fuckwad idiot who got Optimus killed. And then you count some stupid, goofy robots to Dare to Be Stupid music. I mean, what is this shit? What is this shit? I mean, honestly, I would say Transformers 1 might be the best Transformers film I've seen in terms of as a whole. Because I thought the third act really did a bang-up job with that. Then probably this one, and then 2007 Transformers. Because I do think this is a better, well put together movie that's a bit more heart to it. Why do you have to use his shirt? You have a fucking shirt. You have a flannel shirt you could have taken and used. So you take his shirt? That's sexy, lady. Like, she's got a shirt, but then she's got a flannel shirt on top. She could have used a flannel shirt to blindfold it. Instead, you take this poor guy's shirt. Imagine if it was reversed and the guy took the lady's shirt and her bra's hanging out. Woo! That would fly, would it? Bullshit. That ain't equality. John Ortiz ready to have an orgasm. But yeah, the 80s anime film I was never a big fan of. Like I said, if I have to rank them, the ones I've seen so far, I would say Transformers 1, Bumblebee, 2007. Then Revenge of the Fallen, Darker the Moon, I guess. I guess 1986. Then Age of Extinction, Rise of the Beast. I don't even know which I would consider the worst. Because Age of Extinction definitely has more of that cataclysmic action. So I guess I would put that next, and then because I didn't see The Last Night, so I don't know. I can't judge that. It looked fucking stupid. And I don't know what they'll do with Transformers in the future. I really don't. I know there's talk of putting the Transformers in the G.I. Joe. I don't think people would give a shit because you really haven't done a good job establishing the G.I. Joe. And what, you had Rise of Cobra, which people barely remember. You had Retaliation, which had a good trailer, but when it came out later than people thought, and then people didn't give a fuck. And nowadays, like, what? You got Chain Tatum's character just killed off. Bruce Willis, he's down. Not there, Sally. The Rock, people are tired of The Rock. Other than Snake Eyes, like, okay, you remember characters like Duke, but what? Are you going to just create the Duke for this, whatever, if they do that, like a new Duke? And then you have to establish who they are, and Starlet, and all these other characters? Are you going to try to link it with Rise of Cobra that people aren't going to give a fuck about? I mean, I don't think people would be as interested with a G.I. Joe crossover. Fuck, to be honest, I think more people are being intrigued with the Transformers Ninja Turtle crossover, honestly. Like, have the Ninja Turtles do what these characters are doing, and then the role, Autobots, Decepticons do what they do. Give some of them weapons. That girl looks like a bimbo. The blonde, titty lady. You got a car that can drive by itself. Who gives a fuck about these assholes? You got a car that's a alien robot. Who gives a fuck about any of these Yahoo assholes? Who gives a shit? I would tell her fuck off. Give her a middle finger. Give her a suck it. Why are you rolling down the window? Tell her to piss off. Spit in her face. See, in the real world, there'd be a lot of like hoes and bitches throwing out fuck yous and all that, but you can't do it in a Transformers movie. Hey Bimbo, how about you get the fuck out of my face and get some plastic surgery? Paris Hilton. Get another uptick, uplit, facelift called a lip facelift, bitch. Just you work on your lips, where you lick them. It takes like an hour for you to lick. They're so goddamn big for all the suction you put in your fucking fat lips. That scene there, or that terror scene that she'll be in Beverly Hills next time. The whores of Beverly Hills, desperate housewives. Oh, that's my stupid cat. I was wondering. Sorry, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Is my damn stupid cat doing something stupid? Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Don't do it. But that seems good at first, but well, can't much anymore. I wonder, like, some people who are like big, huge fans of the Michael Bay movies, if they would look at this and they would just think it's too, I don't know if I want to say family friendly or too something or other. I don't know. I mean, hell, I mean, it's better than some of the stupid jokes they were having in those Michael Bay ones. But I wonder there's some people would be, oh, that seems a bit like too cutesy, too this and that. So it's like, okay, we have a Transformer movie and they're spending time throwing toilet paper and some bitchy girl's house and that type of stuff. That's why I put Transformers 1 as my favorite, because while the marketing was very deceptive on that movie, I think what it did was establish. I mean, like I said, the marketing was terrible, but you have the characters as the leads, trying to build them up as full-fledged characters, where they have a bit of a backstory, and they have a good arc where they're friends, and then it's typical, sure, but still like the way how it was done, how it was by the third act, things that get more serious, things that get more dire, and I appreciate that. That was a cool little bit, messing with the cop car, almost like a deranged love bug. Remember the love bug? Do do do. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the theme. Do 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 do. Which I think the last thing they did with that was that Lindsay Lohan reboot with, I think, Matt Dillon was in it. Which, I mean, that was a there was a Disney film, and then you had the old films back today, which there were a couple, Herbie Goes Bananas, and other stuff. There was like three or four of them. Then you had a reboot with Bruce Campbell in the '90s, and then you had the Lindsay Lohan one, and yeah, I don't think you'll ever see the Love Bug rebooted ever again. Well, it's Disney. You never know. They could be desperate for anything. Maybe if the Love Bug becomes a Transformer like Bumblebee, maybe they'll do it. Oh, okay, they're making corn dogs. Hot dog on the stick. So a corn dog? The hell's the dog doing? Dog's watching Breakfast Club as well? I don't know why. This for some reason remind me of Harry and the Hendersons. It's remind me of Harry the Hendersons when Harry had to hide from people coming by. And then he can't get used to the house. He's breaking it apart. But yeah, this is a film that, got some good critical praise and box office, but it's not really a film you hear anybody talk about. Tab. That's always a soft drink that I always see referenced. Like a lot of times when they make movies that's based in the 80s, a lot of times they'll bring up Tab. My question would be, what the hell does Tab taste like? Also, that Pawn game. Who's playing that fucking Pawn game? Like, who left the video game Pawn playing? And why is it playing by itself? I'm trying to think, did Pawn play by itself? You left it alone? But, like, who started it? Like, did he accidentally start it and realize it or something? I don't know how you accidentally start the damn thing. I wasn't paying attention. Should have paid more attention to that. The dog's like, what the hell are you doing? The dog's like, I have no idea what you're doing, dude. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Time to juice you up. Energon Power Surge, Brighton Falls, California. California, as that kid in that wizard would say. But yeah, this is a film that's not really talked about. That no one really brings up, no one really mentions anymore. Of course, to be honest, I mean, that's a term, that's a phrase that's said a lot. And I guess to be fair, you just say that with so many movies because we have much more movies coming out nowadays than we did back then because we have all of these streaming services that want to have their own libraries and they're all trying to make their own content. So whether it be Apple TV, Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon, Hulu, whatever, well, Hulu is Disney, but all that stuff. Lifetime Channel even. So they just onslaught of movies and it becomes quantity, not quality. But even then, there's just so many movies coming out that it's, and not just movies, but because we have the internet, because we have the ability to look up whatever you want, detail whatever you want, it's easy for any movie to get lost in the shuffle. Speed is a fantastic movie. Before it was referenced in, say, Sonic, when was the last time someone referenced Speed? And Speed is great. Classic. Try and think, let's see, The Abyss. Before the 4K of The Abyss, that came out. When was the last time someone mentioned The Abyss? And The Abyss is a great movie. I mean, you just hear it for a lot of movies. From Dusk Till Dawn. When was the last time someone referenced From Dusk Till Dawn? Now, fans who are in those groups and talk about those type of movies all the time, of course they reference it, but I mean like the public. Like, when was the last time the public said, From Dusk Till Dawn? So, I mean, that happens a lot. Just, it's too many movies coming out, and it's all kerfluffle that we just get merged together, and you can't keep up with it. My point is, just because it's not talked about a lot doesn't mean it's automatically a bad movie. Again, there's a lot of good movies that don't get talked about a lot either. I'm just looking around. Like, for example, let's say, like The Other Guys. I thought that was a pretty decent film. No one really talks about that. Cuffs with Christian Slater. That's a really good one. There's a lot of stuff. It just, maybe when they get released nowadays on physical on a 4K, then, hey, oh yeah, remember this movie? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's right. Just checking the time. We got 40 minutes left of the film. But yeah, I mean, I think that people went into this thinking it's going to be, let's put it this way. I mean, it got good critical notices. I liked the film as well. But you have to wonder if there's an audience, understandably so, that grew up with, Michael Bay films. You gotta think there's a lot of people, they were first introduced by the Michael Bay movies. they're 10, 11, 8 years old. Well, yeah, 10, 12, 14 years old. They first see Transformers 2007. Let's say you're 13. Let's say you're 14. You're 14 years old. You see Transformers 2007. Well, this is 11 years later, 2018. So now you're 25 years old. You think it's going to be this big action-packed movie, and it's not really the case. I mean, we had the Cybertron stuff. We had Bumblebee fighting that one. We had the little bit with the police car, and now we got this. But when it's there, it's, well done. Nicely done. It's easy to understand. It's not shaky cam. It's not confusing. Now, if Bumblebee can't remember stuff, then this isn't really fair of a fight. It's kind of like having a Rocky Balboa having a fist fight with Harrison Ford and regarding Henry. You know what I mean? They still got to learn with some Ritz tractors. So that's not really a fair fight. And must have got a hell of a charge. You would think these two robots would just blow away these humans and then take Bumblebee for themselves, and this is what they want anyway. Just... Well, you guys are done. Take care of the humans, then you deal with Bumblebee, and then there you go. But I guess not the case. I am just not a fan of John Cena. I said this before, I'll say it again. When I got into... I was into wrestling back in the day. Wrestling, I saw back on VHS tape in the early 90s, where either my aunt or other people would send us tapes. Family members, that is. Because we didn't have any channels that showed wrestling. So I would have a tape that had stuff like that Berserker guy with the sword that tried to stab Undertaker through the damn mat. Repo Man. Bit of Macho Man Randy Savage. Stuff of that nature. Have tapes of like the best of Hulkamania. So there's like Hulk Hogan versus Earthquake. Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter, and him winning the belt from the Iron Sheik. And then it was like the best of WrestleMania or something. I know one of them was the WrestleMania 2, I think, Battle Royal with the football players. The Andre the Giant won, and Bret the Hitman Hart was one of the last. Anyway, and then, the Attitude Era, I got into it. I would go back to WWF, the WCW, back and forth, seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, then seeing Bill Goldberg and some of these other folks. It wasn't until 2000 or so where The Rock had left, Steve Austin had left, he was leaving, 2001, because around that time he was leaving, because he couldn't, his neck injury couldn't do it anymore. All these folks were leaving, and, getting people like John Cena. I went, who is this fucking guy? Who's this jamoke? Ain't for me. I don't care about his rap stuff. I don't care about his can't see this, his Fruity Pebble clothing, his saluting when he's not a goddamn soldier. Stop saluting, you're not a soldier, for fuck's sake. It's just fake, phony promos. I don't think he's that great of a wrestler. So his promos I thought sucked. His wrestling I thought sucked. Didn't care for his matches, and then the Super Cena bullshit. What about Hulk Hogan? Well, I mean, Hulk Hogan, I liked his personality more, but I don't really watch a lot of Hulk Hogan matches anymore either. I mean, nowadays, I don't watch wrestling anymore. But yeah, John Cena is kind of the first step of me getting out of that. I mean, I like watching older stuff. Royal Rumbles. I didn't see the one that came out, but I like watching older stuff. So if I was requested to watch a review, that's fine, and I don't mind. Like I like wrestling. I just don't watch it anymore. The new stuff, just like Jey Uso. I think it's like whatever. But anyway. Yeah, it's not really fair. You're picking a special needs kid. That's kind of where Bumblebee is. He's like a special needs kid. He doesn't understand what's going on. Yeah, it's not fair. You're coming. That's a bit too personal information. I think he's going to turn into a water balloon. Yeah, he's about ready to turn into a water balloon. It's like, how do you make it like a very violent act, but obviously not use gore? And I mean, that's the way to do it. Granted, I don't know why, like, you're not supposed to think about it logically. It's like, okay, it makes him explode, but there's no red in it. Why there would not be any red in it? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the water a lot of the body. There is water, but it's like some of this blood. I don't. You're not supposed to think of it. It's just they don't want it rated R. This ain't Peter Jackson. That's why. Talk about the old good Peter Jackson, not the fucking Lord of the Rings bullshit. Which I've never been. I don't like Lord of the Rings. Fuck Lord of the Rings. If you like Lord of the Rings, that's fine. I say fuck Lord of the Rings. I don't give a shit about Lord of the Rings. Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, Dead Alive. To me, that's Peter Jackson. For me, at least. Lord of the Rings. The Frighteners as well. I like the Frighteners. But fuck Lord of the Rings. Like I said, it's not really fair because Bumblebee, it's like picked on regarding Henry, Henry. I'm trying to think, what the hell did they shoot? Well, what the hell did they shoot? You're not gonna cry and a tear makes him come alive like that Pinocchio film I saw the other day, the Tom Hanks one. No, of course not. Again, I've seen the film, so obviously that's that. I'm trying to figure like where the hell they shot him. Does you think they would have shot him in the face? His chest plate seems fine. I guess the stomach area, I guess. But it's like you think they shot point blank, didn't blow his face off. His chest plate seems good. So you're sitting there going, what the fuck? Like, didn't see they shot much of like point blank range. They missed his face. They missed his chest. What again? What the hell did they hit? I guess the bit to the side there. I guess or something. I don't fucking know. I just say about like the last Autobot, they cut him in half, and here then they shot him, and I still can't tell where the fuck he was. So somehow the memory's restoring now. Now the memory's restoring. After all that fucking time, now the memory's restoring. I guess because of the all the electric shots now. I mean, he got electric shot before his memory didn't restate. Like his memory didn't come back when he was shocking himself, but now it does. Because if his memory was restored, then you'd be like, well, how the hell did he get caught and all this other stuff? But now that his memory was restored, now he could probably fight these two and kick their ass. So. Yeah, John, see how many bad decisions you don't make, buddy. You trusted the wrong ones, then you went after the wrong one. How many times you don't fuck up, John Cena? Seems you fuck up a lot. Just hit John Cena in the balls, please. Hit him in the fucking balls. He's like, I'm tired of this fucking horse shit. Just kick John Cena in the face. Yeah, now he's pissed off good. Fuck John Cena. I don't blame him. He's like, I'm tired of this horse shit by these assholes. Tired of you guys fucking with me. You believed two assholes. You believed in the wrong fucking person. You fuck with me. You shoot shit into me. You try to kill her. I'd be pissed off with him too. I'd be completely pissed off. Do you really want her to come along? Wouldn't you be better to leave her here? Well, I guess. It's like, hey, we don't have fucking time for this hanky-panky shit. Wouldn't you want her to stay behind too? I was thinking, okay, are those the two Decepticons? But no, those are the military. It's like, you stay here, you'll be safer here. So now we're getting to our finale here. 23 minutes left, so... these type of bigger movies, they have, lengthier end credits, so at least 4 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. So... about 17, 18 minutes left. Plus they have the wrap up at the end, so... like, do we really need the family and the station wagon and what the hell they're doing? No one gives a fuck what the family's doing in the station wagon. No, like, no one cares. Well, if you rip his face off, can you maybe take his personality so you could have one, Cena? No one cares about this family and their station wagon. Fuck them. No one gives a fuck. So I guess the idea is that, this stepfather who doing the stupid shit about fucking, what do you want to call it, positive thinking, lo and behold, he did something nice for her. So maybe he's not that bad of a guy. So, I mean, not that we gave a fuck about the goddamn stepfather. It's not like we gave a shit about this guy and what his art, whatever the hell. I just say that family is one of the few nitpicks I have with the film. I didn't give a rat's ass about the little brother puking and all this other shit. Like, who gives a fuck? I don't know if anyone said they gave a fuck about that. Yeah, go ahead, kid. Puke on yourself. So what the hell is she gonna do? It's been a while since I've seen this, so I don't remember all the details. Anyway, just knock that tower down. Can you shoot the tower down? It's like, why'd you bring her there in the first place then? You just don't hire her in a damn dumpster. Why'd you bring her there in the first place? You should have just left her at the military base if that's the case. Like, okay, you don't... Again, should have just left her at the military base. But she would have been safer. So now you have a guy who can actually fight back. See how you deal with him, asshole. Ain't no regarding Henry anymore. Now he's Jack Ryan. Now he's Han fucking Solo. Indiana fucking Jones. Ain't no regarding Henry anymore. So now he can actually fight. You bastard. There you go. Like a bat flip there or something after a punch. Bat flip cartwheel thing. Okay, he's going to get the little kryptonite looking thing. Come on, Bumblebee, get the fuck up. There you go. Use the boat on his ass. Ooh, nice like back elbow. Take down there, nice swing. Ah, that's a nice recovery. Thrown, turns right into a car. Launches right into his ass. There you go. Yeah, punch the shit out of him. Nice. Nice, right across the fucking face. There you go. Hammer his ass. Not in that way. See, now this is a Bumblebee that can fight back. There you go, you bastards. Wasn't it Rise of the Beast where they kill Bumblebee and then they bring him back just like they killed Optimus? Was it the second one? They killed Optimus Prime? Or was it the third one? I can't fucking remember. The second or the third one? Like they kill Optimus... It might have been the second one. Like they kill Optimus Prime. Then, you know, he comes back at the end. And then they did the same fucking thing in Rise of the Beast with Bumblebee. And that's what I mean. It's like, those plots like the same fucking plot, man. Some MacGuffin, and then I get the MacGuffin, or the world is dead, whatever. It's like, whatever the fuck. What is the other Transformer doing? Okay. Helicopter shooting at her. Because I'm like, what the fuck is it doing? Ooh, there you go. Take him down with your legs. There you go. I got a chain. Come on down, bitch. The price is right. You bastard. And by holding you, bitch. You bits and pieces now. How about them apples? Get over here. There you go. Get him, man. Fuck him. There you go. Okay, so John Cena is trying to get in with the chopper. Get to the chopper. What was that one theory people had? That John Cena's character here was the original G.I. Joe? Which before that, I mean, G.I. Joe Retaliation, they said Bruce Willis was. Like, Bruce Willis makes more sense. John Cena, no. But I mean, like, in this continuity, like, that was the one theory people had. Like I said, if they do a Transformers G.I. Joe, that's no one's going to give much of a fuck about that. They're really not. Yeah, I was gonna say she's not gonna go down that easily. Angela Bassett. See, now he's not paying attention to the fight. He's worried about her. Ooh, some nice knife there. Ooh. Come on, Bumblebee. Don't take that shit from this bitch. Come on. Fuck you doing? What are you doing? Ooh, nice takedown there. Punch the shit out of her. What are you doing? Sure about that? Yeah, let her take the brunt of it. There you go. Just get out of the way. Oh, yeah, this shows her diving thing. She didn't dive off the cliff. We saw the footage of her with her, her dad. So they had to bring this back into play. It's fine though. It works for what it needs to do. Like I said, she definitely a good enough likable character. They didn't make her bitchy. They didn't make her moody. She, well acted. Now I don't know what she's going to do to get him up. I just positive reinforcement. I don't know. I mean, what was to stop him from coming up to the surface in the first place? You know what I mean? I just positive reinforcement. You could do it. You could do it. I guess. I don't know. Sure, why not? It would be funny if he did like a middle finger to John Cena, like that. But obviously he's doing the Breakfast Club move. So I guess you could say what John Cena accomplished was Angela Bassett being a decoy for her, against her, while Bumblebee took care of the other asshole until then Bumblebee saved him and then took care of Angela Bassett. So I guess what the idea is that he hides all these years until the 2007 movie, and I guess is told, hey, I don't know, back in, I don't know. Don't worry, Lee. He'll forget about you. Considering it's never mentioned throughout all the other damn movies. Again, like, if they want to say it's a reboot, okay, but because they set up like how he gets the radio as a voice and all this other stuff, so they want him. Again, like, pick one. Do you want to be a reboot? Do you want to be a prequel? So it's like they couldn't pick one. And the way they view it in 2007 movie was they purposely went to Earth because of those glasses. But then Optimus like, go to Earth and that'll be our home. I guess by that, well, I guess apparently they had the Megatron thing in here, so that was cut out to link them more. You think he'd like one day want to check back up on her, you know, see how she's doing. This is a good song to end it. That sure as hell looked like Optimus Prime's truck. Is that meant to just be coincidence or something? I don't know. Just remember when they landed in 2007, they had no look. Then they had to stand something. Remember that truck came by, then Optimus standed and it looked like the truck? But then in the beginning of his, he already looks like the truck and a different type of truck, semi-truck. But then, you know, remember in 2007 they landed, they just looked like no colors or anything. Then they standed, then they looked like it, only with these flames on it. Whatever. Just don't think about it too much, I guess. Just don't think about it too much. Don't pay attention too much of it. This guy I don't mind. This guy I thought did a decent enough job playing the buddy and perhaps possible boyfriend. Bumblebee. See, that makes it even more confusing. So Optimus Prime is they. So that was Optimus Prime. Which, how the fuck did he get in contact with Optimus Prime to know to be there? How the hell did that happen? Just like, okay, that maybe it's just a coincidence. No, that was Optimus Prime. So how the hell did he know Optimus Prime would be on that bridge? How did that? How did that happen? And now they're all coming down, and it looks like it's coming down now in 1987, when they came down because the glasses and Sam. But here's Bumblebee talking to Optimus, who's already on Earth. But in 2007, it seems like Optimus never been on Earth before. Again, you're not supposed to think about it. I'm just... Oh, Spielberg, Zettier produced this? I didn't know that. I know Zettier produced the 2007 film. I didn't know Zettier produced this one. Huh. You would think of all the times, I mean, if he is Zettier produced at least the 2007 one and this one, why didn't he just direct one? It seemed like he was a fan of this stuff. Why didn't you just direct one, Spielberg? If that's the case. But anyway. But yeah, while certain things don't really link up if you're looking at it as a prequel. And, you know, her family, I didn't really care about. John Cena, I don't care about. The rest of the cast did a good job. Haley, bad with names. She did a good job. Nice emotional performance. One at a good pace, is under 2 hours, doesn't overstay his welcome. When the action scenes are there, they're well handled, they're not confusing. They went back to the older designs, has a good 80s soundtrack. The bits of Cybertron and Optimus being badass, maybe a few, but are appreciated. Bumblebee, definitely a lovable character, similar to the Iron Giant. Its heart was in the right place, and yeah, this is, I thought, a good one. Thought it was a good one, so yeah. Even watch it again, I still liked the film. But hey, I hate everything. Remember that. I hate every goddamn movie ever! Except the ones I like. But I'm supposed to hate this, right? I'm supposed to think this is a piece of shit. I don't think it's a piece of shit, but I'm supposed to hate it, remember? I'm supposed to hate every goddamn thing, goddammit. I'm supposed to think it sucks. Just, you know, people say I hate everything, except for all the films I do like, but, you know, people have selective memory. There you go, I said it right this time, selective memory. But, hey, with that said, thanks for watching. Thanks once again to Jonathan for the request. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys down the road.